Hi, ladies. Hello. Happy Sunday. Come on in and join me and say hello. Whether you are live or on the replay, make sure you say hello. I love to know who is receiving and watching the magic and the wisdom that I share on here. And today I want to expand more on why so many spiritual women seem to get caught up with unavailable partners and how it's your unhealed pain that's actually keeping you stuck in that cycle. So let me know if you've ever experienced meeting a guy and you seem to get really obsessed over him too quickly, where maybe the thought of him begins to consume your mind. Maybe it gets really obsessive. You start worrying about being abandoned. You start worrying that you're going to lose him or that he's going to leave you. Maybe you start to lose yourself. You find yourself overgiving and overfunctioning, maybe compromising your boundaries for this person, doing more than him, trying to convince him to be with you, chasing him down, and you seem to get really ungrounded and really anxious the more your feelings grow for this person. So maybe it was someone that you are dating, maybe somebody that you were dating, or it could be somebody that was never even interested in you, but yet you seem to have created this entire obsessive fantasy in your head, projecting this obsessive story onto them, even though there's nothing really there in the real world. So these dynamics end up feeling like a merry-go-round, where you're going around and around and you're kind of stuck on this game. You're caught up in this game, but yet if you look really closely, there's nothing really happening with this person, but yet your heart seems to be really attached and kind of desperately attached to them. And consciously, you know that there's no fulfillment there, but yet on a deeper level, there seems to be a soul tie that's there where you're unable to let go. You're unable to walk away. You seem to always get sucked back in by something. So why does this happen? So typically when you feel that obsessive energy for someone very quickly, a lot of people mistake that for love. They mistake it for being a soulmate or a twin flame or whatever. But it's really because that person is the perfect match for your unhealed pain. So it is the shadow part of ourselves that looks to, if it isn't healed, it looks to recreate these dynamics where you're not chosen, where you're always being abandoned, where you're not being shown up for, where you're disrespected or ignored or feeling invisible. Because there's actually something very familiar for you about those feelings. On a conscious level, you might be complaining, but yet on a deeper unconscious level, there's a part of you that might actually like it, or it finds it really comforting to be in that. So why does that happen? So if you had a childhood where love felt really scarce, where being abandoned or forgotten was normal, if it was normal as a little kid to feel invisible, if maybe your mother and your father's love wasn't really available consistently, if gaslighting or empty promises was normal for you, then that part of you is still active and it's gonna be driving your life looking to recreate the same experiences, because all of that is the programming that you've picked up, and that's what feels like love to you. But what you have to do to put a halt to this reoccurring pattern is to really heal what's there on a cellular level. And you can do that by extracting all of that wounded programming, rewiring the story that's there, and elevating your behavior. And that's what's going to have you no longer attracted to those low quality experiences anymore. The more you detach from that old programming and those old stories, the more you embody your value and your sovereignty, you'll begin to be turned off by anybody who's operating in an unhealthy or unavailable way, because it'll no longer resonate with your new inner story that you've embodied. So in my group coaching program, the Erotic Luxury Temple, we'll be focused on the energetic healing work that's needed in order to exalt the inner warrior within you. And I believe that if our inner warrior isn't exalted, healed and activated, and that's what the inner warrior is that healthy, grounding, masculine energy within you. If that's not there, if that's not healed and activated and elevated, you become more susceptible to getting swept up in these false illusions. And you can think of your inner warrior as your protector. It guards you, it grounds you, it guides you, and it's going to give you the proper discernment to really feel people out before you jump into it. And without that inner structure, your feminine energy gets really sloppy. So it's going to have you acting like the damsel in victim mode. That's what leads to codependency. That's what leads to you being really blinded or naive, very childlike, getting very anxiously attached to people when you haven't even vetted them properly. So what we have to do is really heal that within and create that structure and that container within ourselves. And when you do that, that allows you to process and release those old emotions that are causing this dysfunction within your life. So like I said, if you want to take this further, this is the work that we will be doing within the Erotic Luxury Group Coaching Program. And that's going to be 8 weeks of me guiding you on healing these core wounds that are causing this pattern of being attracted to flaky, unavailable people. And the reason why you might be caught up in this pattern is because you're still identified with those old stories from your childhood. There's a part of you that's addicted to that feeling of being abandoned. There's a part of you that's addicted to that feeling of being disrespected and never chosen. There's a part of you that's addicted to that feeling of being ignored, or that's addicted to creating these fantasies, these obsessive fantasies that are in your head. So that's why you keep recreating it on an unconscious level. But I'm going to teach you how to detach from all of that old programming and really extract those limitations, allowing you to elevate and blossom into your luxury. So your luxury as a woman is the part of you that, that's the sovereign part of you. That's the part of you, that's who you are beyond the programming, beyond all of that conditioning, beyond all of those fears, beyond all of those old stories within you. And that's going to be the key to you becoming more magnetic. And it's that magnetism, that healthy magnetism, that helps you attract those supreme energy type of partners. I call them the supreme energy men, which are just men who are stable and healthy and honest and who want to be devoted, who want to be committed to you. But first, it does start with you first. Like, you do have to learn how to show up for yourself better and really create like that structure and that grounding energy within yourself and really love yourself on a deep level. And when you do that for yourself, the partners you begin to attract will mirror to you what you provide for yourself. So it does start with you. It does start within. Transformation in the external world does have to be created and cultivated within first. All right, ladies, that's all for today. As always, I want to hear your feedback. So if you can relate to this topic, if you can relate to these experiences, let me know. Leave me your insights or your questions or your comments down below, and I'll answer anything for you. And I'm also going to leave the link to the details for the group coaching program down below in the comments. And you can click on that to view the date, the pricing, and all of the additional details about anything. And then you can just send me a private message if you have any additional questions or if you want to proceed with the registration, because we do start next month on February 27th. All right, ladies, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful day. I love you, and I will see you later. Take care.